Josh, also known as Cpgeek. Tonight I'm going to be playing some Supreme Commander 2, but I'm still getting stuff set up for now. Please bear with me, and we'll go here, and in about 10 minutes or so start. And looks like somebody followed. Thank you very much. Well, that's previous activity. No worries, I still appreciate follows, so if anybody sees this, please go ahead and click the follow button in Twitch, or if you're seeing this in a clip, go ahead and like the video and share it, and of course leave some comments. Happy to have chat. I'll be monitoring on and off as I play, so things will be good. I think, let's turn on the desktop audio. Make sure I can hear that on the stream. Make sure I can hear that on the stream. And we can, so awesome. Cool. Alright, so let's get into playing some Supreme Commander. I'm just gonna play some skirmish here to get warmed up. Let's go with, you know what, just starting out, let's go with a whole bunch of easy AI here. Easy, 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 easy. It's a bunch of easy AI, but given that there are a whole bunch of them fighting against me, it's still going to be reasonably challenging, at least in the short term. And let's see, I want to be the normal Terran guys here. Launch. And here we are. So there's my commander, and I'm gonna tell him to make a whole bunch of currency gathering units. Those are mass extractors, and tell some of these engineers to go construct some more mass extractors around here on the more distant ones. And while that's going on, I'm gonna tell this engineer to go ahead and start work on some land factories, which are the primary unit construction buildings. Just queue up some orders here. I'm also gonna tell that one to start making some defense turrets here, because I know that I'm gonna get attacked pretty quickly given the number of enemies that are currently on the map. That guy's going up here to start building stuff around here. Alright, so that guy's done with the initial turret round. I'll have him create some energy generators. Got to start getting some energy going here, and just make 4 of those right here. Commander works a little bit more quickly anyway, so things are good there. And now on this building, we're gonna make sure that its defenses are up. So we've got some shields, some anti-air point defense. Got an intel installation and a shield generator, which will be helpful soon because I know I'm going to get attacked. Okay. Set my first engineer to guard my commander, because in the beginning I'm probably going to end up just using my commander as my primary point defense while I'm getting my economy set up here with all of my mass extractors that this engineer has got going. Right now it's moving a little bit slow just because I don't have enough mass, so that will improve over time as I get more and more mass extractors built. But I need mass in order to build those mass extractors, so a little bit of a catch-22. Being shot at over here. That's far less than ideal. I'm gonna bring that guy back, and I'm gonna send my commander out there to finish the job. And because I set this guy to guard him, he'll go ahead and keep healing him as he gets damaged, if he gets damaged. And while I'm doing this as well, I'm going to go into the upgrade menu and upgrade my build cost. So 5% off my builds and 10% off my build time. And also I'll increase research upgrades so I can get to these upgrades a little bit quicker. Also on my buildings, I'm going to go ahead and start constructing some units here. So I'm just going to have one of each, except for the tanks. I'm going to make 4 tanks happen per run, and I'm going to go ahead and set it so that it'll keep making that same pattern of vehicles, so that'll help me out as well. So,
Commander under attack.
Alright, apparently my commander's in danger, so I'll go on over here. Managed to scrap that guy that was causing problems. So I'll have my commander finish the job.
Commander destroyed.
And one of the enemy commanders got destroyed because all the enemies are going after one another as well. So that's the enemy that's just over here, I guess. So this guy's going to come after me next. My vehicles are just starting to roll out. And why do I not have point defense? I guess, oh, because I moved my commander, so I didn't get the turrets laid down like I wanted to. So I'm going to construct those turrets now, because I'm being shot at, unfortunately. And these engineers aren't keeping up. There we go. So the building has their own kind of weak sauce point defense system, but these are actual point defense turrets, so that'll be a lot better. And they're inside of the shield bubble in the building. I made sure to make that happen. So these guys just don't bother me at all. As you see, the shield is taking care of their incoming fire, and I'm still building turrets, so this will just get more powerful in a minute. Looks like I've got quite a bit of currency generation going on, and I've got quite a bit of mass. I'm up to 700 or so. Stuff is starting to crank out. So now that that's happening, oh, I told my commander to keep going, so I'll go ahead and make more things happen there. I have this new engineer provide some point defense on some of our more out there that's a goner. Alright, well, that's annoying. That's super annoying. Alright, so we'll take some of these actual guys and have them patrol down this way. And we're gonna have this guy rebuild that and put up some real point defense again. Commander under attack. Alright, that's a little too much attack for my taste, so he's gonna come back. He does have regeneration, but if this guy dies, then it's pretty much game over here on this skirmish. The whole idea is that you play until you defeat your enemy's commander, and then they're out of the game. So let's get him inside the shield bubble and get my engineer to heal him some. Looks like my point defense is still more or less working even at that range, but that thing is probably going to go down soon too. Let's go ahead and have these guys tour over this way. These guys seem to be doing a good job at keeping the riffraff out of the south here, although that mass extractor needs to be rebuilt one more time.
Commander destroyed.
Alright, so one of the commanders down here ended up dying. So what we're going to try to do is take as many of those mass extractors as possible now that they're abandoned. Well, I've got 7 research points, so I'm going to go ahead and research 25% mass income research. So this will get me a lot more currency a lot more quickly. Also, as these guys sort of patrol back and forth, my engineers will heal them if they don't have anything else to do, which is cool because they'll keep healing my dudes there. That could use some help, so I'm just going to go ahead and have that engineer heal that, and also at the same time create some point defense around that, so it's got a little bit of defense. And I'm going to have my commander build a couple of more land factories, or a land factory I guess here, and add some additional defense. And while he's building, I'm just going to go ahead and queue up the defensive upgrades and what I want this thing to build. So, engineer, 4 tanks, missile, and anti-missile. So, make that repeat just like the other ones, so they'll keep cranking out tanks. These guys are still patrolling, doing the good work. And that point defense should hopefully take care of that problem over there. Let me go ahead and have that guy heal that. And when it's done, I'm going to have that guy patrol so that my things will get healed. Okay, so that part's doing good. I've got some currency coming in. Still want to rebuild that. The early economy part is a little annoying. Just trying to get everything set up so that you can start building units en masse. Have some decent income though, so putting that to work by you know, building. And now that that's set, I'm going to have these new offensive guys come to the south here. I'm going to see if I can take over this area. I'm going to have it attack here, so everything between my units and that location will get attacked, including enemies that are coming in. So that's cool. I'm also going to take a couple of my engineers and just have them go ahead and patrol down here as well. So they'll pick up the mass from all of this fighting and stuff going on. That will be cool. Point defense is doing its job. Awesome. And also, those engineers will help after they've picked up all of the mass by coming down here. Oh, it looks like this is a live area. So there's probably a commander around here somewhere from an enemy that owns this base. But looks like my guys are making some quick work. Although there is some point defense here. I don't know how much of that they'll take care of. Well, it looks like they're slicing through it. These guys are kind of weak sauce. In fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and start making mass extractors here with my engineers, because I don't see any enemies around here that are really giving any sort of fight. Well, a little bit of a fight. Oh, there's the enemy commander. So I'll order all my guys to fight him. And there is insufficient guys to fight that dude. So I'm just going to send the army that I've generated now, and this will probably be enough to take him out. Looks like his base is really hurting. My guys did a really good job at cutting through it. Now back this guy off some. Oh, he's gone. That's fine. In that case, another few engineers. Have them also patrol down here. And I'm just going to create a mass extractor here and some point defense for it. And this guy is in the red, so it's going to blow up really, really soon. Just like this. And this guy will go nuclear and take this whole base out. I'll lose my guys, but it doesn't really matter. Ah, really? He had just enough people. Okay, that's enough. One more time. Bring these guys down. That commander does have regeneration, but I should be able to take him out from here. These are just waves of little annoying guys. Alright, so now that I've got some guys and more or less clear path to the base, let's try killing their commander one more time. He's still very puny, so I'll lose these guys, but this guy's gonna blow. There we go. And now I'm gonna bring in, well, let's repair this point defense before I go down there. And then with these engineers, I'm going to go ahead and patrol all the way down to clean up the mess, which will give me a whole bunch of mass instead of extracting it myself. And these two engineers I'm going to send down here. One of them is going to... Whoa, what is that? That is a purple people carrier. Okay. Alright. That's fine. So down here, let's take these points. So this will generate us some more currency. That guy's being shot at. Alright, so that's enough for that. These guys will just clean up the area and extract mass from these buildings here. And let's take care of that small fry. And now that that's moving forward, we'll go ahead and get some new land buildings going on here. And then protect them appropriately with some more point defense turrets. And we'll take another freshly minted engineer and rebuild that, and add a couple of point defense turrets to it. Now we have a whole bunch of research points, which is awesome. So we want to research land units. Let's increase our weapon range and add the Titan Assassin bot to our roster, as well as the Demolisher, which is a mobile artillery cannon. It's kind of weak, but as long as you protect it, it's good. And we're going to save our 5 remaining points, and we're going to end up doing the stacked Gauss Cannon, and go down this train to the King Cryptor. Actually, you know what? I'll start with the Fat Boy and then go to the King Cryptor. Meanwhile, I'm going to make that go a little bit quicker by researching some research stations. So let's make a few of those. And I hear battle going on over here, which is not good. So once that guy is done with that, I'm going to send him over here and create some appropriate point defense for that. Move this guy up just to make sure that there are no surprises waiting. Alright, so let's set the defense up for these guys. Oop. Alright, and get these working. We want one of everything except for the new Titan Assault bots. We want 4 of those per cycle, and we'll make that cycled. So 1 of each, and 4 Titans. One of those includes the Demolisher, so we'll have to add the Titan and the Demolisher to the queues on these buildings. So we'll add the Titan, 4 of those, and 1 of the Demolishers. So this is a better ratio. I want 4 of the Titans per cycle because they're inexpensive. They're only 34 mass, and they're fast producing as well. The Demolishers are a little more expensive at 43 mass and take a little longer to produce. Alright, so these guys are trying to attack my pretty well set up point defense. I'm actually going to send an engineer to help repair that anyway. I'll just have a patrol over this way, fix what needs to happen and come back, just so they're not in the line of fire here. And down here, oh, I forgot to set the repeat, so I think that was the only thing that it's created so far. Alright, so things are looking good, except for that there. It's kind of annoying. I'm just gonna see if I can take that out real quick. I don't know if I have good anti-air. Yeah, I got a couple of anti-air folks here. Yeah, that guy will take that out without a problem here. A couple of seconds. He's the only one who can touch air units. And they're just out of range. This one too. Send that guy over. Alright, so there's still activity going on here. It's a little on the annoying. Is there any points that I have not yet captured? There's some in the middle, and there's one over here. And I'm actually going to have this take that and add a few turrets. Always good. 17 research, so let's go ahead and start with the Fat Boy, and we'll go ahead and add the stacked Gauss Cannon, which upgrades all my tanks with a Gauss Cannon. It's pretty great. And we'll go ahead and build Fat Boy. The fastest way to do that is definitely with my commander. Gotta find him somewhere. Probably looking right at him, but my screen is pretty big. Looks like that guy's gone. Alright, so I've got enough firepower I'm looking at here to probably take out this guy. So I'm just going to go ahead and send all of these guys to attack over here and just take out the whole base all in one go, because I should have more than enough firepower to do that right now. And we'll upgrade damage on the way to the King Cryptor. I'm still not seeing my commander. Zoom out some. Yeah, we're just gonna sort of nuke their base. Take them out, and I'm actually... Oh, there we go. So there's one more guy down here. And, you know what? I'm just gonna have my engineer create some of these experimental units here and here. Huge war factories for huge assault bots. So now that that's happened, I'm going to send these guys in just to patrol the base so I own it. Point defense is more than enough for that. And I'm going to ask this engineer to come on over here and patrol the area to clean up. And this engineer to go ahead and take this whole area. And it appears that I've angered the purple people, because now I gotta use what's left and patrol down here. Oop. Need to click there, patrol over here, and I'm going to preemptively set up turrets.
Commander under attack.
And my commander is under attack. That's not a good thing.
Commander under attack.
There's my commander. I'm going to get him back here. My point defense is actually doing its job, which is pretty awesome. I did lose some of it, but not as much as is a problem. And my engineers are healing my buildings already, so things are good there. And I'm just going to get a few more point defense turrets set up here. And also replace this one. It'll make me feel a little bit better about that whole deal. Alright, so these guys are being built, and just like the others, I'm just going to have them create fat boys over and over again. And here, same thing. However, we have 22 research, so we actually have enough for the King Cryptor right now. And 11 research, we're going to go ahead and add regeneration and improve health for everybody and upgrade them a little bit. So we'll add the King Cryptor to the list of things to create, and we'll add both of them to this list and cycle. So that's pretty great. And these buildings have been generating units all this time. So we're gonna go ahead and add that and these. And I'm going to add some air defense units as well, because apparently that enemy that I'm fighting right now likes air, so we're just going to add some air defense. Oop. Not liking that. Alright, so where's my commander? Commander is here, and I can have him aid in a building. So I'll have him take a walk down here. And have one of my engineers make another research station here. And also, while we're at the research station, we're going to go ahead and make some more power. We're just going to go ahead and do that back here. Okay, get that power going. Looks like we're a little low at 59. Alright, so those guys are doing their job. I'm gonna get another engineer over here to build us yet more land factories. So another couple of land factories, yeah. I have the ability to do air, but I don't really want to do that right now. Alright, so these units are just going to come down and patrol this area. They'll go back and forth. That point of defense stuff will happen there. And why am I not? Oh, I don't have enough power to actually build anything. I'm working on power right now. Okay. Get these defended and start making units. Cool. This is well guarded. It's awesome. Take this over. And it looks like we're at 16 research points, so we're going to upgrade our bot with anti-air. Oh, it looks like it upgrades everything with anti-air. And we'll add personal shields to everybody and upgrade them just a little bit more so they can fight. Alright, anti-air. I can dig it. My assault bots are doing good work. And now that we have power coming up, actually I'm just going to do a little bit more power here. Get this properly defended. And making stuff. So then I can use some of those guys to attack. Looks like I have a whole bunch of armor here. I'm just going to go ahead and send it in a preliminary wave to this person. We'll attack there. Looks like everything is doing as it should. Got 800. Still hasn't constructed yet. Our power plants are still going up. Yeah, it looks like we're in the thousands now. So in just a bit, let's see, this costs 2350 power for the Fat Boy missile platform, and the King Cryptor is 1320. 5,200. So we have a little while to go with the power, but that should hopefully help us out here. And you know what? I'm just gonna create some more power back here too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what? Let's go full on, because these guys are huge, and we'll actually get this guy working on power too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. Alright, so these are going to be a huge power plant outlay. And both of these buildings are already beginning That one will help that one, and my commander is helping this one. This one will produce faster because the commander is better at helping. Looks like I've got some action down here, so again, I'm going to set these guys to patrol. Patrol over Ya. Okay, so these bots have pretty much taken out this whole base. Just going to go ahead and go this way. Looks like somebody was just using this for getting additional resources, but we're actually going to use it for a full base. So as soon as I get an engineer, here we go, I'm going to take over these mass extractors, and then once that's all set, I'm going to create factories here, here, and once that's done, 2 more experimental platforms here and here. Alright, so here is the missile platforms, and we're going to send these guys down here because they've been a pain in the neck. So these missile platforms are going to go ahead and let's just go ahead and patrol down to here. They're probably going to blow them up, but it'll give us enough time to create our King Cryptors, which are already underway in construction. That's a lot of power plants, and there we go. I'm cycling through power like nobody's business, and there's no reason why I don't have this game beat like right now. I have everything that I need. In fact, down here, I'm just going to go ahead and create a couple of more of these in protected space. And up here, I'm going to create more experimentals. And I've got 33 research points. I'm just going to beef up all my land units, and I'm going to let's unlock the shield generator, increases experience gain, but like we don't need it, decrease build time, add a direct fire turret to all of my guys, increase radar, visibility, and that's the complete land unit tree here. We are as powerful as we can possibly be. So long as they don't take us out before we get a chance to construct those heavy units, we should be good to go. And I'm just going to build a couple more for complete overkill's sake. It's still building up mass because these take up mass as well, but currently our economy is so awesome that I shouldn't have any problem whatsoever in just pumping out these units. And here I'm just going to go for a string of King Cryptors. Same here, King Cryptor. And I've got King Cryptors here. So I'm going to have my buildings just automatically walk King Cryptors down to here. So as soon as those new King Cryptors are constructed, I use these ones for defense and the new ones for attack.
Unit cap reached.
And I can't build any more units, so what I'm going to do is hit the pause button on all of my minion factories here, so I can concentrate on building those huge King Cryptor units. Because I don't really need any more of these minions. In fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and send them. Send those guys there, send all of these guys here. Patrol down here. These guys patrol down here.
Unit cap reached.
Unit cap reached. And it's all over. And there go my giant robots. And they have giant laser arms. In between the missile platforms and the giant robots, I'm pretty sure that this should be all over. Especially with the giant robots at the rate that they're being produced. And the factories for them are still going up. This is about as overkill as you could possibly want. They're just one-shotting buildings over here. Shields, what shields? And it's over. Yeah, I have like many times the score as all of the rest of these guys. Even the one that finished last is only, you know, infinitesimally has points there. Units. Let's see. Experimental kills. Research. 27 learned count. Highest research earned. So that's quick Supreme Commander skirmish. So thanks for dropping by and taking a watch. Stream's not over, still gonna be streaming, but please don't forget to click that like button, get subscribed, and go ahead and follow me on Twitch. This video will probably end up on YouTube before long, and we'll keep cranking. So let's see what's next here. Let's go back to the game, and you know what? Let's do one more skirmish. This time we're gonna do. Let's do a 1v1 hard, and I am probably. You know what? Those were easy. Let's start with normal. 1v1 normal. I can probably take this guy. Let's set random faction, so I have no idea what he's got. I'm gonna mark him as red, just so we can see him on the map. And we are blue still. And You know what? Let's just do the same map. Kind of like that one. It's got enough mass points and whatnot right around each player. Things are very well balanced. So he's going to be at the opposite end of the map from wherever we are. That's just the way that the game works. This is going to be a little bit different from last time, though, because the difficulty has definitely increased pretty dramatically from easy to normal. I'm pretty familiar with this this game, so let's go ahead and get the same setup layout as last time. Just a couple of land buildings. Get all of these mass extractors that are near us set. Have this engineer go around and build some mass extractors all the way around. And now that my commander isn't busy, let's go ahead and just have him build some energy for us over here. So we can get started with energy. Oh, I gotta make my buildings less expensive. We're gonna go ahead and buy the build cost and build time upgrades right away, so we can get that going. And we'll start by adding defense to our factories, and then creating a bunch of tanks and everything else. So 3 tanks to 1 of everything else. And we'll have those repeat. So that's good. Alright, my commander isn't busy, so I'm going to have him do these mass extractors that are a little bit more risky. We'll see if anybody comes at me. And this engineer, I'm just going to have follow along my commander, because the commander will go ahead and take out these little guys here. The engineer will go ahead and heal him.
Commander under attack.
We need more mass to build more mass extractors. That's always fun.
Under attack.
Send this guy out on patrol. He's going to die pretty much instantly,
Commander
but
under attack.
he should be able to take out a couple of these guys. And it looks like my point defense is starting to come up a little bit on these buildings. See, their missiles are starting to go after these guys.
Commander under attack.
Alright. And that guy will come back a little bit. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and get started with point defense on these buildings under the bubble. It's always good for first round stuff.
Commander under attack.
No, that's a little bit too rich. I'm going to get my commander back under the bubble. Let my point defense do its job. As soon as that comes up. And it's online.
Commander under attack.
Cool. Alright, so I'll have my commander finish this building of point defense stuff. Guess he'll do it faster. Engineers are healing up stuff. And that engineer is still setting up those. We're still doing good. I'm gonna grab this engineer and patrol, clean up some of those tanks. And point defense is doing what it's intended to. Cool, that was easy. Kinda wish I had one of those easy buttons here. Got one in the office, but you know. Alright, so things are more or less progressing nicely. I know it's all slow at first, but the economy is most important for these. Alright, so this engineer is going to come out, cap that, and then create some point defense around it just like last time.
Commander under attack.
Yeah. So this will gather up some of that remains of tanks here to extract some mass. And we've got 10 research points. Let's go ahead and put that into to research income so that this meter can build faster. Starting to accrue some mass, get some units out there. You know what, now that this is a 1v1, so we should probably be capping all of these as well, because we can distribute our efforts. Because there's no point in a mass shortage early game when you have all of this going on here. They're trying to rush us, so we're gonna go ahead and just patrol down here, because we have plenty to counter that, and we'll increase the mass income as well. It's one of the more expensive upgrades, but it'll help us out with the whole mass situation. Alright, so this engineer is going to follow around our commander, who is going to come down here and basically cap this lower base here. And these guys will protect him. And this guy is going to build that and some point defense. And that engineer is doing good. And we'll construct some more land factories over here with appropriate point defense for those. Once they're constructed, we can start really cranking stuff out. And also at the same time, we're going to make some research stations so we can access our higher end stuff a little bit more quickly than we did last time.
Commander under attack.
Why is my commander under attack? Oh, okay. So let the commander do what he's gonna do and build a couple of these down here with proper point defense. You know what? And some air defense too, just in case they decide to get cheeky. These guys are on patrol, so they'll be down there in just a couple of seconds. Yeah. Alright, so now that these are starting to get created, things should be really good. Get this properly defended and get this churning out buildings, or units. And my commander's under attack again. That's not cool. I'm low on power. Alright, commander's gonna have to take care of some business first. And these guys are going to patrol down here. Commander should be able to take these guys.
Commander under attack.
There's one. And this guy is going to assist the commander for some healing. And get this defended and turning out units. And get these captured. Now that we've got some more offensive units, we can have them come on down here and patrol down here. Alright, land units. Let's get our Titan Assault Bot and increase my weapon range some. And we'll add Titan to these factories. Just add 4 of those to the queue along with everything else. Cheap and good. What are we waiting for? Oh, power. Alright, so let's construct some more power stations. Alright. So now that we've got some power coming online, I'm also going to do power down here, just like last time, so we can prepare for the giant robot onslaught. And we'll have plenty of room for our experimental unit buildings here. Alright, so now that we have power coming up, we have plenty of mass. I should be able to get some more of these research stations online so we can more quickly get our giant robots, as well as construct some more things down this way. Come on. Let's just go full on and get another engineer building some power situation as well. Looks like we're being attacked down here again, but we're building again. We finally got some good power generation going on. Let's coming up. It's gonna get ridiculous in just a little bit. Ooh. Up. That's annoying.
Commander under attack.
Yeah, I see that. Let's go back into research, and we're gonna get mobile artillery
Commander under attack.
and Gauss cannon. And get this properly defended. Cranking out units, get this one defended. That cranking out units. It looks like they're attacking me down here too. That's alright, we've got plenty of shielding and point defense.
Commander under attack.
More energy than we could ever possibly want, which means that next we get to build up our factories. So
Commander under attack.
let's do our damage increase, and gotta get to 11 on that. And I'm gonna keep going with the research stations here as well. So this is gonna come up really, really fast. Tell these guys to patrol just in this little local base. Okay, now that that's good, let's go ahead and take one of these. We're up to 17, so we're just going to go right for the King Cryptor this time and add some anti-air to everything. So we're just going to create a line of these. One engineer is going to create 3 of those, and another engineer is going to create another 3 of those. And another engineer is going to create another 3 of those. Where am I going to put those? Here. And then this engineer is going to create another 3 of those. This engineer is going to create another 3 of those. And you make a King Cryptor, and you make a King Cryptor. And you patrol down here, because things are getting a little too hot to handle. So soon as I can get these bots out, then the sooner I can basically just decimate their entire space. And you make a king cryptor. And you make a king cryptor. And this building is going to pause completely. This building is going to pause completely. And I'm going to pause the activity on these buildings as well. I don't want to run into that level cap that we had before. And this is building king cryptors, and this is building king cryptors. And this is building king cryptors. And as soon as these start to flow out, we basically have won. Because there's really nothing that is going to defend against that much of an onslaught. These two are the only buildings that are actually producing units right now, because I have more than enough, at least as far as defending these areas. In fact, I'm going to have these guys patrol down into these sections and have these guys capture these points here. And this is building king cryptors, and this is building king cryptors, and this is building king cryptors. This is building king cryptors. Oh, it's already there. So right now, I'm limited on the amount of mass that I have more than anything else. So right now I'm trying to capture some of these mass points while these guys patrol. Want to have these guys patrol back and forth on this border here. And the last of my buildings are coming up. I don't have enough funds for all of these king cryptors, but they will go ahead and build on repetition as I get funding for them. Oh, looks like I have a couple already. I pretty much have one. And now it's time to take my small army of giant robots, and I'm just going to go ahead and attack the middle. right here. Seven giant robots going to attack just right here. So big you can see them from the top of the map in all of their glory. Not little dots, but giant robots. They look like they're fighting one another, fortunately. They're quite dumb, they're big, they're lumbering. They have a hard time getting around my base. There's still some under construction. Go ahead and cap these areas. And now I'm just hilariously overpowered. Let's go ahead and turn this up. Let's just max out the entire chart. Do the same for our structures so they can't possibly destroy any of our buildings. We just unlocked all the buildings and upgrades, and this is completely unfair. And you can see in the corner here, this little slider is how fast we're researching. So we're gaining a level about every 10 or so seconds. About 7 or 8 seconds. Upgrade our ACU. And right now I'm basically just toying with them while producing giant robots. And I could safely pause this as well. I will never need another land unit. And my mass is still going up at 69 per second, and that's with all of these giant robots under construction. I'm just telling all of these factories to send giant robots to the center island as they're constructed. We're not out of mass here. I have more giant robot factories than I can possibly ever have enough mass to make. And now let's just upgrade my ACU all the way, because we have enough to do it. But not quite. Soon though. Oop, you're not an engineer. You're an engineer. Perfectly balanced game, isn't it? Absolutely fair, 100%. Now, these guys are powerful enough to take out this whole base if I wanted to. They have enough overpowered armor and whatnot, just because I've maxed them out here in order to do pretty much whatever. And now that I've maxed out my ACU, most of my structure trees, and I've basically taken his base. Oh, still waiting for guys to go over that way. And alright, I'm done with this. Giant robots, patrol this area. So many giant robots. Where's their commander? Oh, this lowly guy right here who's trying to take out my one line of engineer who's just trying to, you know, make a buck. So basically my giant robots are trying to take out the point defense, which they're succeeding on doing slowly. robots just move here. And as they move, they'll just destroy everything. That's actually a faster technique. And I don't think it even took out one of my robots. And there's so many more robots that are just going over there while I'm waiting. So that was pretty hilarious. I owned everything. Yeah. So that was on normal. I swear that hard enemies cheat. So I think I might try that next, but we'll see how that works. Just going back to chat here. Let's see. Thank you for tuning in. As you see, I'm just doing a little Supreme Commander stream here. Terror or better? Probably. I'm just messing around with some skirmishes right now. I'm not really too hardcore. I just wanted to play around and cat them and whatnot. But let me see if I can do a hard mission here. We'll see. If you like this stuff, please go ahead and follow. I don't play this game all the time. I usually do some VR stuff or some AAA stuff. I was just feeling like playing a little Subcom 2. I don't know, random whim. So I'll be here doing game streaming at least, hopefully once a week or so. I'll go ahead and tweet out at Cpgeek. If you want to go ahead and follow me to Cpgeek.org. My first channel got a little messed up, but here I am back in the saddle. Also, I'm Cpgeek on YouTube. Some of these clips will probably make their way there as well. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and get back to gaming here. So we'll go ahead and just make a new skirmish, and you know what? I'm just gonna do 1v1 hard. I know I'm gonna die, but you know, whatever. So we'll let that go. And also, if anybody wants, there's a tip button down below. If anybody wants to contribute to any of the equipment that I'm using. I've got some pretty high-end camera stuff going on, as well as touch portal and OBS, and all of the interface gear. PC specs are coming soon. I will definitely put those down below at some point if anyone's interested in that. Otherwise, enough bill paying. Like and subscribe and all of that type stuff. Just figure between matches I might put that out there, but if not, that's cool too. Watch along. And now that we have hard, I'm gonna go with Terrans again. Same map, just so we can do the gamut of difficulty ratings here. I am more than likely gonna get my butt kicked. I know you're the only person for now, but there will more than likely be viewers viewing this back on YouTube as I put clips up. So I figured I would just blanket any audience that that might be watching this eventually. Anyhow, let's go ahead and start the normal rollout here. Alright, so send that engineer around, start building some stuff, and we'll start with some land factories. I find this build order works pretty well for me most of the time, although this being hard and I constantly die, we'll see how that works. Start with the power. And some point defense if I can, although I probably don't have enough mass yet, which is fine. I did make some extra power. I usually do 4. I'm doing 6 this time around. Hopefully I'll have the mass to make that worth it. Get this land factory defended. Get that cycling. One of everything except for tanks because they're cheap and actually good, in which case I do 4 of those per cycle. Come on, economy. And after point defense, I'm going to go ahead and do some research stations just so we can start into that. And we'll go ahead and make things cheaper and less time, and we'll start with the research income. And this guy's already amassing a crew here. What are these guys doing? Besides being shot out gently by my building defense and now my point defense. Let's get a little bit more point defense this time around. Forgot to defend that one. Alright, so things are looking pretty good there. My income is not terrible, although they're already onto me in my economy, and this is still a very early game. Not really liking where that's going. And my shield's almost down. I really hope that I can get some more point defense up. This is not going really well at all. Glad I am opting to add extra point defense to this whole thing. It's way too early to be doing stuff like that. Let's go ahead and get those back up. And another wave. Come on. You know what? I'm not going to bother quite yet with those. Gotta get our mass income up. That'll happen next. This point defense setup is just barely working. Yep, more pew pew. Completely agree. Alright, so these guys are getting some mass here. Send this guy out on patrol real quick, just to... Oop, that's a tank. Derp. Send this guy out on patrol real quick, gather some more mass. Okay, I'm pretty comfortable with this point defense setup, at least where we're at now. Get us some mass so we can actually start getting our mass extractor set up instead of using all of our mass on point defense. Alright, so we've got some more extractors going up. Get this engineer over here. Alright, so this engineer is going to come over here, and we're going to start laying down some buildings this way. Hopefully I'll get my mass up at some point soon. At least enough for another couple more buildings, so I can get some more pew pew going on here. Alright, so how's this guy doing? Alright, so while that goes up, I'm going to go ahead and defend it. And get my building spewing out some dudes. Tell this guy to go patrol for some mass, because it looks like there's a bunch just hanging out. Okay. Alright, now that this is going up, let's get it defended and get it cranking out some dudes. Alright, things are looking pretty good. Let's spend our research. Let's go with land. Let's increase our weapons range. Get some assault bots going on here. Those are always a cheap, good way for doling out some damage. Get all of my buildings building assault bots as well as everything else. And now that I finally got some mass, let's go ahead and build us some research stations. A whole lot of really expensive research stations, so we can get our tech up. And also build us some point defense over here, because I totally messed that up. And a little bit of air. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know why they're sending only like one at a time, but we're doing good. And I'm going to pause just for a quick second, as it appears I got messages going on. And it looks like my good friend Inverted Russian is following along and telling me to level my camera. Mount that I have it on isn't great. That's probably a little bit better and about as good as it's gonna get right now today. So I apologize for that. I will see what I can do in the future to make that a little bit better. It's kind of a rickety setup. I need a better tripod for behind my my main monitor. But I'll get to that in a second. Let's for now, let's go ahead and resume. Point defense is being set up. Let's just heal that. Oh, looks like one of my mass extractors is broken. I'm gonna go ahead and recap that point. I'm not quite certain what all of that was about, but okay. Let's go ahead and do a little bit more research, and let's get us some mobile artillery, and get us on the path to, again, the Fat Boy and King Cryptors. Need more mass. Looks like I still have Engineer making his way around here. Should have quite a supply of mass real soon with these being capped and well defended. Wow, point defense is actually working better than I thought it would. Although it probably won't work for long as he's leveling his tech. I don't like the looks of this over here. Thanks for the tip, Russian, I appreciate it. Could always use a level camera. Alright, I'm gonna use my guys and just patrol down this way. My point defense should take care of anything that gets close as far as these small guys. Okay. Now let's use some of that to create some experimental units. And it looks like... is that a air unit? And yes, it is. Air units. Don't like the looks of that, so some of these new guys are going to take care of that problem.
Commander under attack.
Let me get my commander under my building shield.
Commander under attack.
I don't like that at all. Point defense has still got it though. Alright, so I'm gonna make some air defense. because apparently I'm going to need me some of that. And back here. Just all around. And I'm going to build some air defense. Oh, I got some air defense here as well. You know what, that little bit should be fine for there. And it looks like I'm being confined to this area. Not liking that. Not liking that either. You know what, let's get these back. Because that's pretty important. And at the same time, create some defense around them with both point defense and air defense. Just a little bit all over the place there. Ooh. Not liking this at all. In fact, I think that might actually do me in.
Commander under attack.
I'm going to sweep these guys up here and get my commander the fuck out of there. And I'm just gonna have to sacrifice all that power and research, because I don't know what else that I can do right now. Get one of these set up as soon as I can. Insufficient point defense. I'm just gonna get wasted. I think that might be the game. Hard is pretty hard. Yeah, I mean, I have all of this point defense and it's just cutting through it like butter. And I could dance around forever, but it looks like I'm just gonna die. So that really kind of sucks. Yeah, they're... Holy crap. They have so many things. I was just owned there. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and try something like that again. Create game. Hard. Let's make them red so I can see them. Not that there are any other enemies, but... Let's, maybe something a little smaller. 2v2. Ooh, icy. And we'll start early with a couple of these. Again with the defense. Again with cranking out a bunch of units. And when he's done with that, have him make some power. This defended. And making units. I forgot to make my buildings cheaper. It's always one for the early game. And set up proper point defense. This is the slow part, waiting for the replenishment of mass. Come on, do something. There we go. Send a dude out on a longer journey. And it looks like they're using air, so I'm going to go ahead and use my commander for some air defense. Thankfully, the buildings are properly defended already as far as their base defense. Let's go ahead and get more research. Tech for great justice. And I'm going to need to set up some air defense for my bombers here. Or for these bombers. Meanwhile, go ahead and heal them. Get that going. Wait, can I get across that, or is this an air map proper? Ah, this is totally an air map. Alright, stop the presses. I did not realize what I was playing here. Alright, so I'm going to stop this factory. And I'm going to construct some air units, because apparently that's what we're doing here. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. Air factory. Still going to need those point defenses anyway, because these guys are sending land units via carriers. So that part's taken care of. Things are good there. My base air defense is just coming up. So look at that. Just gonna have this guy cap all the points and lay down some defense as it goes. So that'll do all of those. Then we'll have this one cap some of these, defend them. And then this guy, oh no, he's constructing already. This guy will go ahead and capture these. And lay down some air factories here. There we go. So that should be a pretty decent introductory economy. And then have this one patrol and pick up some mass. That's good. Let this guy patrol too. He picks up mass faster. Actually, have him build here. Okay. Get back to the original view. Well, looks like those work okay. Let's see, what else can I do? I can wait for one more and get some mass income. That's what I can do. That's looking good. Plenty of energy, no mass. What else is new? Here's to appropriate point defenses. Of course, cultivating mass. As soon as I've gotten my economy most of the way together, I can start in with the big tech. Ooh, that's a lot of bombers. Let's go ahead and patrol this area. Those buildings could need some heals. And while I'm in the business of patrolling, you know what? I'm just going to add some additional air defense back here, because it appears that I'm probably going to need it, and also here and here. Alright, so I'm finally starting to get some mass, and things are more or less in the process anyway of being defended. Ooh. Let's get this building set up and defended properly. And you know what? I'm just gonna make... Actually... I'll just repeat that. Create a squadron of bombers.
Launch detected.
Oh, of course, strategic launch detected. I'm going to just, for fun, move my commander to a different location, just in case. Get that there, mass. And of course, I'm moving right to where the bomb is going.
Commander under attack. Commander destroyed.
And I'm dead. So that was fun. As I understand it, yes, probably. I just didn't go with the boats as this option. The AI was going with air, so I figured I would go with air as well. I'm gonna try this just one more time. Might end up trying it again with an easy AI if I get easily beaten this time around. On the opposite side of the map this time. Alright. Alright, so... go with the sea factory and go with air. Might as well do them both. And of course we'll defend them. And I'm just gonna make a crap load of bombers straight up. Put them out here. And oh, it appears that we're both on the same continent this time around. That's unappealing. Alright, let's I guess build a landing factory as well, because this is gonna get crazy pretty quick.
Commander under attack. Commander under attack. Commander under attack.
Oh, it's energy I don't have. Shit. Let's just make some power then. Let the base defenses do their thing. They won't last long, but you know, until I can get some power up. I think I might just be screwed in this particular instance, and I will restart if that happens. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. There's just no way around that. The good news is that we should start in the same locations, so I know that they are on the same continent as me, and thus I can make appropriate accommodations, such as a land factory right here. Now, if I can get over to the other side and get an appropriate carrier, which I didn't seem to have as a sea option, but I probably do as an air option. No, it's just the fighter and bomber. That must be an upgrade somewhere. I'm not very familiar with the naval capacity capabilities here. Aircraft carrier, battleships, gunship, air transport. Alright, so that's going to be more or less what we're after in a minute, because we want to get to the other side so we can set up an economy as well as be on this side and harassing them. So I think that will work best. Let's power set up. And some additional point defense. Oops. And now that tanks are rolling, things will be a little bit better. There's your shield. And now we actually have real point defense. Alright, meanwhile, we're looking at Air Factory. And we're looking at Airlifter. So I think what I want to do is put my ACU on the other continent. Give them a little bit of a harassing first. I don't have much, but that should be alright. And we're also going to do a little bit of air, or anti-air, I should say. Here they come marching into my trap. Everything's fine, nothing to see here. Just cleaning up, doing some minor repairs. Alright, we really need more economy. I'm just gonna have them follow this guy around. Alright, so let's load up my ACU. And let's go around the long way. Okay. Have him do a little patrol. Okay, my ACU's sailing away. Now I can make things cheap. Ugh. I don't know how long my base is going to survive on this side of things. Especially if I can't create more mass extractors. I don't know how long my point defense is going to last there. Where am I? Almost to where I need to be. Alright, so I'm going to take this out. I'm just gonna patrol up to that point with these. I'll lose them, but that's fine. More research. Okay. Let's unload right there and start on the process of getting every single mass extractor point on this continent online. Just gonna do the entire gamut here. Let him do the thing. And that will build up my economy very quickly, enough to start rolling over here. Dang. Well, that economy is coming online. I'm also going to create a secondary land factory here. And defend it and get it cranking out some guys. Point defense do its work. Oh, and how about that? They're just giving me some mass there. Don't think that I have this on repeat though. But yeah, I do. Alright, rad. Make sure I keep my eye on what's going on over here. You know what? I'm going to build a land factory here. Or two as well. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that first. Land factory, land factory. And then boost my economy around here. And then everywhere else. The land factories on this side are mostly just going to be for engineers. I can do them with air as well, but I need to start from somewhere. And I know I'm going to need a little bit more power soon, so I'm just going to lay that down. Base defenses online yet? Yeah, they're fine. I don't have the new turrets up though, or point defense. These guys are getting quite a bit stronger, I think. That's okay, so am I, little by little. Waiting for the mass extractor income to come in, just a little bit. Alright, so... plenty of energy. Need more mass. Meanwhile, should be enough of those. Hopefully that will quickly allow me to set those up. Use a few engineers each time. Took out one of my turrets. That's not allowed. How did they lay down? One of their dudes is in my base. I don't like this at all. He's not dying fast enough. That's some BS. Alright, so mass income, that should aid my economy dramatically. Oh, that's how they're doing it.
Commander under attack.
These buildings are unprotected? How could I have been so careless? Yeah, it looks like I'm going to need these after all.
Commander under attack.
Point defense.
Commander under attack.
I am not liking what's going on here right now.
Commander under attack. Commander under attack.
Commander should be able to hold up. Alright, so let's get this factory back online. Doesn't look like I can do that. So, clean up. something big blew up. Let's go patrol. Give them something to worry about. Now, heavy anti-air. One of those. This time, some point defense. And another anti-air. And don't need the energy just yet. Let's go ahead straight into land. Now that that's being built, let's go ahead and defend it. And start with the guys. Oh, they've already got assault bots. Damn it. It's actually working out. Now that I've actually got guys, let's go ahead and patrol this way. We're just gonna build some air defense here, and some point defense as well, just while we're at it. Okay. Alright, it looks like my base down here is having some trouble. Alright. Okay. let's go ahead and cap that again. And now that I have a whole bunch of mass and a whole crap load of energy, first let's take out this assault craft. Not a big fan of the fire breathing. Come on.
Alright.
I need to build some stuff. I'm gonna go with some research stations. And also some power. And another one of those things. Oh no, it's the same one. Pretty sure I more or less just lost my base there. Yeah, that's pretty much wiped. If I can very quickly get my research up, got a chance. Yeah, that's just not happening. Why did that blow up? And there comes the fire. And that's everything from over that way. Okay. So I need to get anti-air really quick. Okay, so they're on my territory now. Experimentals.
Strategic launch detected.
Oh, great. Strategic launch.
Commander under attack.
Yep, I know. He's, oh, and I'm dead. Well, that was fun. I've been streaming for a couple of hours now, and I think that's about as far as I want to go with this for now. That was a fun game. I haven't played some Supreme Commander 2 in kind of a while, so thanks for those who tuned in, especially Inverted Russian. I always appreciate the help, and not every day that you've come into my stream, so that's awesome. Follow if you like. That's always cool. Some of this will probably end up on YouTube at some point within the next couple days, as I have time to edit clips and make things go. If anyone likes what they see enough to leave a tip, you can do that. It's down below if you're into it. Otherwise, if this is YouTube, like, subscribe. On Twitch, go ahead and follow me so you know when I go online. I'll probably be doing this once a week or so at odd hours. I'm sorry I don't really have a schedule right now, but I do game as work allows, probably on the weekends, but I can't say that I won't spin up a stream at some point after work on a weekday. So thank you for tuning in once again. I always appreciate anybody who wants to take a look. Try to keep the stream as interactive as I can. I look down at chat and try to talk to folks who come in, so please feel free to come in and say hi later on. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and Cpgeek out.